Hello and welcome. I'm standing in front of the Lincoln Memorial for the 2016 Reason Rally. It's June 4th, and this is the Atheist Lowdown.
This is Atheist Lowdown with Mark Vanderbrink.
This is a celebration here today. It is a celebration of free thought. It is a celebration of civil liberties. It is a celebration of reason and intelligence. We're not here to bash religion. Hey, if it happens, it happens, but it's probably going to happen. Hello, Washington, D.C. Welcome to the Reason Rally 2016.
Although the 2012 Reason Rally was slightly marred by rain, and chances were again high, the clouds parted, making for a beautiful sunny day. Rally goers began arriving on the edges of the reflecting pool around 7 a.m., and were warmed up with music including the Gay Men's Chorus of Washington.
Your sword can be a sermon for the power of the pen. Teach every child to raise his voice, and then, my brothers, then will justice be demanded by 10 billion righteous men. Make them hear you. When they hear you, I'll be near you again.
To confront the notion that a God who's supposed to be compassionate and caring allowed one culture to enslave another for economic gain. That a God who is omniscient would have foresaw the downfall of Adam and Eve, would not have placed temptation so easily within reach, would not have given the serpent the power of speech, that an omnibenevolent God allows atrocity like Haiti to happen, at times being given credit, refusing to edit the record to reflect more favorably on belief in a deity. That an all-powerful God allows evil to exist in a world that is inhabited by what are supposed to be his most important beings. My ancestors prayed to different gods who, as far as I can tell, never lifted a finger to help them, who, as far as they could tell, never lifted a finger to help them. So it only figures that we would adopt the God of our enslavers, who, as far as I can tell, has never lifted a finger. Thank you.
I'm here with Seth Andrews of the Thinking Atheist podcast. How you doing, Seth?
I'm excellent. Glad to be here.
Great. And why are you here?
This is sort of my Woodstock. I was here 2012, and I remember thinking, I want to be a part of something. I want to represent secular Americans. I'm tired of religious claiming the monopoly on these types of conversations, and I want to remind them that, hey, we're out here. And it was a landmark day for me, and I couldn't wait to come back for 2016.
What do you think the most important public policy issue that the rally should be focusing on?
My biggest thing right now is just reinforcing the church-state wall, which continues to be trampled on. I mean, the United States presidential election alone, the Republican ticket alone, should give us tremendous pause when we see the bleeding of personal faith into public policy. You know, these people aren't elected to only represent Christ and Christians. They are elected to represent all of us. And there's a ton of us out here who are not Bible believers, who are not Quran believers, who are not religious in any sense, and we deserve fair representation as the Constitution, as the Founding Fathers set up. And so I want to see that wall built up even stronger. You know, Hitchens said it, build up that wall. And that's my biggest thing right now, you know. Faith, you want to believe in God, you want to have a religious faith, knock yourself out. It's a private individual faith. It does not belong in my government.
Do you have anything new coming up?
Right now I'm finishing up the edit on a podcast called God Awful Movies. I've teamed up with the host of a podcast by that title called God Awful Movies, and these guys go around and they watch these hideous religious films from decades past or just produced recently, like God's Not Dead. And then they sit around and with a high measure of snark, they review them. Well, they've allowed me to play along. So we are reviewing 2 Christian films, 1 Islamic film, and the podcast is a video that's going to release in June called God Awful Movies. That's my next big thing.
It sounds a bit like Mystery Science Theater 3000.
A little bit like MST 3000, except the films we're reviewing are people selling truth with a capital T. And we just destroy them. It's going to be awesome. So.
Thanks, Seth. Appreciate it.
Appreciate you, man.
Never in the history of the United States, and maybe in the history of the world, have so many secular people, atheists, agnostics, humanists, freethinkers, skeptics, non-religious, spiritual but not religious, and a whole bunch of others have come together to raise our voices and speak up for reason.
Lyz Lidell was followed by DC Council member Dave Grosso and Center for Inquiry CEO Robyn Blumner. As expected, there were plenty of anti-rally protesters warning heathens of their sinful ways. They were, however, kept on the fringes of the event by police. Occasionally, an individual would slightly disrupt a speaker to spout a Bible verse or heckle the crowd. But for the most part, believers and atheists engaged in relatively civil debate.
God will go out just for one sheep will he bring into the fold. That's what his mission was here, folks, on this earth. He came first to save the Jews, and by their stumbling, grace became available to all men to provoke them to jealousy. Jesus also said that there are sheep outside my pen which I need to go after. That's most people. That's the Gentiles. That's outside. That's the outside who aren't Jews. That's the average person. Christ came to free us. He came to give us grace. He came to show mercy. Friends, he offers it time and again. How many preachers do you have to hear? How many Bibles do you have access to? And yet we're going to still pick up school books or academic things that are going to amount to nothing. Jesus said to store up for yourself treasures in heaven, not where moth and rust can get into. People are so interested in storing up these things here on the earth. You've been blinded by the God of this earth, who is Satan. He has blinded you, sir. You're a Satanist if you're an atheist. You're following the devil, and he's ensnared you, sir, and we care about you.
Creationist Ray Comfort planned a giveaway of books and gift cards. However, he decided to cancel the outreach because, as the Christian Daily reports, the Washington, D.C. police had warned that his group would be arrested if they attempted to approach the rally attendees. Comfort did go to the Washington Monument to hold amplified debates.
I'm thinking of Jesus dying for the sins of others.
Oh, I see. So you don't see a need of a savior?
No, I don't.
Around noon, Ricky Gervais remotely delivered a message to the crowd.
You don't see faith healers working in hospitals for the same reason you don't see psychics win the lottery every week. Reason works. Reason is good. We need reason. Reason, logic, and following the evidence. It's what dragged us out of the dark ages. It's why we have medicine. Medicine that actually cures diseases. So, keep up the good work. And it is work. It's tough, but it's got to be done. Some people say ignorance is bliss. It's only bliss for the ignorant. For the rest of us, it's a pain in the fucking arse. So keep up the good work. Cheers.